Hi, I'm Nikki, and this is Catholic Connections. In this Sunday's Gospel, we hear about two men, one named Lazarus, and one a rich man who is named Simon in the other Gospels. They live in uncomfortable relationship. Simon lives in the lap of luxury, oblivious to any kind of needs beyond those of his own world. Lazarus, on the other hand, isn't privy to those luxuries. He, kind of like 800 million other people in the world right now, cannot even afford to feed himself and his family. Now, this gospel kind of reminded me of a scene that I saw in Indonesia several decades ago. There was a compound that was built with brick walls around it, and I was told that the sixth wealthiest man in the world lived behind that wall. But surrounding that wall was a moat, but the moat was of sewage. And living on the edge of that sewage were people who had no place else to go. The man inside could literally come outside, would have to cross the moat to go anywhere. But he was absolutely ignorant and chose to be ignorant of the people living at his door. He did not want to see the poor. He did not want to be reminded of any kind of social responsibility he might have. Now, most of us don't live in the lap of luxury like that man did. But in many ways, we still have something that we could contribute, unless we choose to be oblivious to the poor at our door. We can't solve all the world's problems. The poor are with us. However, we can pay attention. We can look at the poor and see them at our door. We can see them at the corners in Worcester when we drive down. We can see them in our own church here when they come and seek shelter in the winter. Here's an idea. What if we were to take a stack of $5 bills and put them in the console of our car? And when we drive into Worcester and we come to one of those intersections where a person is holding up a sign saying, "I'm homeless, can you help?" courteously we roll down the window and hand them a $5 bill. It won't solve all the problems, no. But that Lazarus at our door will remember it, and so will God. It'll shrink the chasm between the haves and the have-nots, and it will prove that we noticed the poor at our door. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.
Don't forget to follow St. Patrick's on Facebook or subscribe on YouTube. And please join us for any of our live stream masses this weekend. Details are below in the description. God bless you.